friends or crochet friends. It is Kate from Kate's Crafting Corner or Kate's Knitcast. And I am here for an update. It has been a hot minute since I have updated the knitting aspect of my channel. And this year I have decided to do for both knitting and crochet a Christmas in July. Knitting, crochet, and cross stitch. So I'm only going to talk about the knitting crochet aspect in this video, and I'll talk about the cross stitch one in my floss tube video. So if you're interested in cross stitch, you can go ahead and check that out. But I have a lot, and I mean a lot, of advent calendars that I have started projects on and not finished. And I'm not going to be able to finish them this Christmas in July time, but I thought that this would be a good time to get some work put onto them. So I'm going to talk about that in a little bit. But first, I do have a knitting update with progress, and then I have a small haul to show, like seriously just one skein, don't get excited. And then I've got then we'll talk about Christmas. So the first thing I want to start out with is something that I hadn't started on my last knitting update, and that is a pair of socks for my nephew Hayden. If you were watching my Euro 2020 updates, I started this for Euro 2020, and I would knit on it sometimes while watching matches. I had a cross stitch project I also worked on during certain matches, so I kind of split time for that. This is a free pattern from Spud and Chloe called Ribbed Socks for Kids. It's just a basic rib pattern. It just gives you more of an idea of how to do it for a kid size. So I'm making this for my nephew Hayden. He is gonna be 7. And when talking to my sister, she suggested that he would really like it if they were soccer length, like soccer socks length. And so I had her measure him from just below the knee to the ankle, and this is what we have gotten. That was 120 rounds. I did the heel flap and gusset, and I've started the decreases. I'm about halfway done with the decreases. So all I've got left is the foot, which is luckily significantly shorter than the leg, but I used white light bulb markers every 10 rounds, and so what I will do is just take these off and one by one put them on to the next sock so I get the same length. And then for the foot of the sock, I'm using purple light bulb markers, and so then I'll do the same thing with the foot so that it is all exactly the same length. And the dogs got into my cake. I woke up one morning and here was the ball on the bed, and they had trailed the whole thing from the craft room, so it's a little bit of a mess, but I don't think anything got broken or any yarn got cut or anything like that, so it is all good at this moment. I just need to finish this, and I don't think it will take too long to finish the foot, so that is that. I am hoping to have it done really soon. The next one I'll talk about is my granny square that I am doing with this lovely color bomb is what it's called. It's called a color bomb. And I got it from a dyer in Germany, and I made it to a color change. So I was just in this yellow section, and now I made it to the orange, and so that's a lot of fun. This is something that I just keep in a bag that I carry around with me. And if I'm stuck in the car, or my husband goes in and I stay in the car, which I guess is stuck in the car, then I just am able to do a few stitches of this. I've done a few like in the doctor's office, waiting rooms, stuff like that, and I don't have to carry a pattern around because it's just a granny square that just keeps on going. So I think that this one is a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to getting to the next color change. I probably won't update you guys till I get there, so. Let's see. Next we have the Stillness Shawl. This was a mystery pattern a year ago, and I'm still in the first part. And, so this is how it's looking. I really like it. And so I just did a few more of these colors. So I think maybe when I finish this one, I might be done with part 1. I don't know. I need to check the pattern again. But I'm really enjoying this one. I'm still a little bit hesitant about if this color is going to look good in it. But it is what it is. And I am not ripping the whole thing out. So I worked on that like 1 or 2 nights while we watched The Rookie. My husband and I have been watching that. We are almost all the way caught up. The final thing I have to show is my Coziest Memory. And I've only added 1 square, which means I am now actually behind on my cottage mini year of minis. Is that okay? So this is what that square looks like, just real basic. I love the colors, so I thought it would be fun if I opened up the 4 colors that I need to do this week or next in order to be all the way caught up. So I'm doing in case you haven't watched before, I'm doing a square on that, and then the rest of the yarn is going into this granny stripe blanket. So this is my year of minis thus far. So, let me just put that back. I actually got this bag with like an order of cross-stitch fabric. It had like 6 pieces of cross-stitch fabric in it, and I was like, you know what, this would be perfect for this mini project, so. Okay. So this one I have opened up before. It's the next one, and I already put it in this ball, and so it's a purplish gray, and there's sparkle in here, but it's really pretty. The final one for spring is this pinky purpley color. It's like mainly pink with a slight hint of like a lilac. It's really pretty. I have not opened up either of the summer ones, so I have no clue what their colors will look like. Wow. Wow, this is gonna be quite the color jump from, hang on, let me bring out, from this to this. It's kind of fun though. And then finally, this week's color. Ooh, a nice yellow gold color. Very pretty. So these are the 3 unwound up skeins to be added. And let me just quickly put those back in their bags and get them out of the way. Hang on, sorry. Okay, let me just, I talked about Hayden's socks, the Stillness Shawl, Color Bomb, and Closest Memory. I have a list, so I'm crossing things off to make sure I actually cover them all. So, yeah. Okay, now we're going to go into some stash acquisitions. And I got my next one in the Harry Potter Yarn Club. So I ordered the yarn, and then to get free shipping, I ordered another Mystery Minis pack. So it comes with 5 10 grams. And so I think these are all really pretty colors. I'm happy with all of them, but I thought this one looked familiar, and I think it's basically the same color as this first one I got in the first mini pack, which is cool. That's fine. I just thought that was kind of interesting. So I now have 2 minis, and actually a third one's on the way with this next yarn club that should be getting here pretty soon, I think. Anyways, okay, this is one that I don't like this one, which, you know, it happens. I still ordered the next club, so. It is Professor Slughorn's Hourglass, and, I might use this maybe for socks for my nephew. He likes green, so he might like this one. It's just not my shade of green. I'm not really a lime green person, so it's pretty. I probably also, for Professor Slughorn, would have gone with more like this deeper green that there's hints of. I don't know that I would have gone with a lime green. And anyways, the mini is a lime green. And this is one I'm going to separate them because I think that it's too close to the green in here that is like the main shade in here to be a good accent yarn. So possibly like this darker green would have been better for contrast. Just my opinion. But anyways, I still really love this club. And we'll continue to do it. It's Crystal's hand dyed on Etsy. I will try to remember to link. She also always includes a nice little gift packet, so it's got a Werther's Original sugar-free in here, which is good because I'm not supposed to have sugar. And then a Hawaiian Punch drink flavor, and then like a wand-shaped pencil, which is really cute. So I highly recommend this yarn club. It's really great. I did have one more thing in stash that I kind of forgot to mention, and that is my anniversary was a week ago. Like exactly, no, a week ago in a day. And my husband didn't know what to get me, so I kind of made like a whole list of like 20 different options that he could kind of pick and choose from. And he got me 2 yarn things, and one has not arrived yet, but it's a personalized yarn bowl. So it's got it'll have my name carved into it, and that'll lead out to where the yarn comes in. And I'm really excited, and I will show you guys when that arrives. And the second thing is I went through this phase where I was watching a lot of spinning videos, and I kind of wanted to like get into it, but spinning wheels are super expensive. And so I thought an inexpensive way to see if I wanted to get into this kind of thing or if I'm just happy with already made yarn is to get a drop spindle. So my husband got me a Kromsky drop spindle kit, and so it came with a drop spindle. I haven't used it yet. I still need to watch more tutorials before I'm comfortable to try it. But so it came with these as 2 separate pieces, and this I had to spin in myself. And so you just put it up here, and then you get it real tight, and oh, ow, it did come down. I didn't think it would. Ooh, that kind of hurt my thumb. But anyway, so it came as 2 separate pieces. You put it in, and it gets real snug up there. Like, you have to use quite a bit of force to get it to move, so you don't need to worry about it coming apart. Unfortunately, my little tiny dogs got into it, and there are little tiny teeth marks in their nail. Not many. I thought I had put it up high enough, but they knocked down the box that I put it on top of, and then it fell down, and then they got it. And luckily I noticed within like 30 seconds, but not fast enough. But there's no like jagged anything that should catch the yarn, so it should be fine. The kit also came with a nitty knobby. I think that's what it's called. Nitty knotty. And there's instructions here on how to wrap the yarn around the nitty knotty. I thought that it would be bigger, but this is just a small one, so that's fine. I'm not bothered by that. And I think I'm supposed to have it at like a T angle or something. I don't know. These also came as 2 separate pieces. You just put it in the hole. So I think it's supposed to be at a T angle, but you can like spin it to how you want. So I am not yet at that part where I need to know how to do this. And the kit also came with some wool. It was a mystery color, so you couldn't pick at all what color you wanted. This is definitely not the color I would have picked. But you know what? It's okay to have a color that you don't particularly like, because then you're not as fussed about making sure that the first time is perfect, because it's not really a color that you love anyway. So I am really kind of intimidated by this. So this is what the roving looks like. I know you're supposed to like kind of separate it out a bit and then start to pull it, which I think they call is drafting. I don't know. I'm really excited to learn, but also kind of really scared. So that's why I haven't started it yet. But I'm going to. I'm going to really soon. Oh, this is 4 ounces. And it's quite a bit. Like, a lot more than I thought it would be. And it's a Polish merino, because Kromsky is a Polish manufacturer. Anyways, so I thought I would share that, and maybe next time I update I will have a spinning update. And I really hope to get into it and like it, because I would like to actually get into spinning, like with a wheel. Because I need another hobby, right? Something else to collect. Which is also in part why I was surprised that this is what he picked from my like wish list, because he frequently says that I have too many crafts. So I wouldn't think that he would try to get me started on another one. Uh-oh. What bag was this in? I think this one. Okay. So that is my drop spindle. Next, let's talk about Christmas in July. So, I have about 11 Christmas-related projects. One of which is my Advent socks that I did not finish last year. And this is as far as I got. And so what I'm going to do, or try to do, is go back to doing one color a day until these socks are finished. And that will be my attempt at these socks. So I'm gonna move this little stitch marker or progress keeper to up here. And this is the Mahogany Run pattern. No, it's the heel toe do-si-do pattern from Kay Litton, Crazy Sock Lady. And so I have this contrast, and yeah, this is where I am at on these. So yeah, one color a day. Hopefully I can finish these this month because I would love to get these done. Now, the other 10 projects, what I decided to do is I put them into a tiny decisions wheel. I always forget I need to turn the brightness all the way down so you guys can see tiny decisions. Ooh, it's reflecting myself. Anyways, got a wheel there. And what I am going to do is for each video I will spin and pick 2, possibly 3 depending on the time frame of how that's going to go with filming. And I will work on each project for 3 days, so that works out to be 30 days. And I know July has 31, but it is 8:50 right now on July 1st, and I doubt that I am going to get to work on any project, so I've lost a day there. Or if I do manage to get a few stitches in, there's going to be a day where I lose some time. So I want to be able to put in at least an hour a day on each project, because I also have cross-stitching goals that I want to reach as well. So I'm not going to vlog this like I vlogged Vlogmas, but I will bring an update every week with what I did. So without further ado, I will show you those projects. The first one is actually a crochet project, and this is gonna be a tablecloth, and so that's what it started out as. And this is the gradient yarn cake. So it starts out these lighter greens, goes deeper, and then it goes to red. And I think that this will make a really kind of pretty tablecloth. I think the designer is Frank something. I used to know crochet designers a lot better, but then I've started knitting mainly, and I've forgotten the name of crochet designers, so that really sucks, honestly. So yeah, that's one of them. I have got 2 in here, and these are 2 from this last Christmas. So this is the Christmas Tide Cowl from Kay Jones of the Bakery Bears. There are 10 colors in this. And I stopped working on it because I wasn't sure if instead, those are the colors up there. And so I wasn't sure if I should, having started this far, if I then actually should have done like the blues going like that and then switch to the reds. And so like a fade in of the blues and then go to the reds. I don't know. But I think I think I'm just going to continue this because I really don't want to tink back that far. I am convinced I will mess something up. And yeah, so I need to really work on this. And the other cool thing about this is her stitching repeats. She's since done things like make socks, and she'll take a design element from this pattern, like this whole cowl pattern, and she'll make socks with that pattern. And so knowing that I can take that and add it to like a vanilla sock is really kind of cool. So that is the Christmas tide. The other one I have in here is my Dust of Snow, and this is with the Tudor Advent, and again I am only on the second color, and I don't really know why I stopped on just the second color, but I did. And so you hold it with a piece of mohair, and you follow the pattern. So I just need to get back to it. It's very soft. I think for most of these advents I got to about the second color, so that's gonna be a theme that you will probably notice. And here we have, shocker of all shockers, another one where I only got to the second color. This is from a previous Christmas, and this was, okay, I'm going to cross these off to make sure that I talk about all of them. So this one was a Nocturne Alley based advent calendar, and this is the Habitation Throw from Curious Handmade, Helen Stewart, I believe. And this is a pretty easy repeating pattern. I just haven't worked on it since over a year. So I'm excited to get back to this one and hopefully leave this second color. I do know why actually I procrastinated, is because I have to add the color first to the Coziest Memory blanket, and I'd been really struggling with that pattern, and now I've mastered it better because I've added so many more squares, and so I think it will be easier for me to add squares to that and then continue with these projects. So ultimately what I would love is if for each of these advent ones with minis, if I could do one mini per day, so then I could be completing 3 minis for each project, but that's a big ask. I don't know if that's going to happen. So this is what I have left with this colorway, and it's called Starry Prophesier in Nocturne Alley, and it's from Canon Hand Dyed. That was who did it that year. This third one is Shriver's Fletch, and it's a green color. So anyways, I won't continue to show you what all is in here, but I hope to get maybe 3 colors done. Okay, so that was Nocturne Alley. Okay, this one is the Adventure Scarf, and it is Andrea Mowry, maybe? Who is it? Oh, Amba O'Brien. And this is one where I think I possibly got off pattern, which is, and also I wasn't loving how these colors were together. I don't know, but I just need to persevere. And so it also seems to be going so much narrow, I mean like wider this way, but it isn't it's straight over here, and so that really confuses me that I've messed up somehow. So I'm kind of an anxious Nelly, or nervous Nelly, you could say, about this whole thing. And so I just need to get working on it more. And then the other one in here, okay, this was a year where I think I did like 3 Harry Potter advents, so eek. Because I have another Harry Potter advent here, and this is the that big Harry Potter one that I forget the 2 designers, but it's super popular. Each year they've been doing a certain book, so this was from the 3rd year. I didn't end up getting the 4th year, and the last of the 5th year just sold out like today, because I'd had it in my cart, but I was like, well, I didn't do the 4th year. I missed 1 and 2, and it was like real expensive, so I'm fine with having not done it, but you know, when everyone's opening theirs on Vlogmas, I'm probably gonna have a little buyer's remorse, but it's fine because I've got an advent calendar for this upcoming year. It's Jane Austen themed, and I'm super excited. So okay, so there's nothing here, and this is the first colorway. I have this Nora's Vintage Afghan pattern, and it is supposed to be for, I think, Aran weight or something like that. I'm not entirely positive that 1 20-ounce ball is going to be enough for each square, but I am going to try to complete the first square and see if it is. And if it is, then I'm going to continue with that. If it's not, I'm thinking that I might get the Muselberg pattern, which is a bunch of tiny crochet blocks, and I might just see how many I can get of each of the tiny granny squares from each mini, and just then I'll find a good solid color that I could, because no, it's not Muselberg. That's not right, is it? Because that's the Muselberg hat. I've forgotten what it's called, but it's got like just little tiny granny squares, and you make a bunch of them, and then you have to combine them, and every other one is just a plain solid. And so I might try that with these. We'll see. I am hoping this one works, but if it doesn't, then I just have to move on from attempting it with this. I had already done some, but then I got messed up on where I was in the pattern, and so I just pulled it all out. So, yeah. That was a mess. So that is the Nora's. This one is the, and I did talk about that in that book. This one is the Perfect Blend from Casa Pinka, and this is from years past, a 12-day Harry Potter Advent calendar from Bluebird Yarns, although maybe it was her daughter Katie that dyed it. At the time, they were both dyeing and selling under the same shop, Bluebird Yarns, but now Katie has her own shop, Storyweaver, and that's where the Advent yarn, the Tudor Advent yarn comes from. But let me take it out of this. Anyways, okay, so here we are, and I am just about done with part 2. I had gotten real held up over here on this part 1 because it was just this plain repeating pattern, and I was a little bit worried reading on that it was just the same pattern that would repeat, I didn't realize that there were cool like special stitches, and so now I'm super glad that I persevered because I love this one. So much fun. And so yeah, just need to keep going on this. I love how the colors are working. When I first did it, I didn't think that the green and the blue fit in, but now looking at it, I think that it's really nice. So I am excited to work on this more. And this is one where clearly I am not going to finish the mini skeins because you just keep working little patches of them. So I'm going to hope to maybe finish part 2 and 3 or something like that. I'll try to make some goal that I can complete for this. So that brings us to my Jane Austen cowl. And this is from a 12-day Jane Austen Advent I did last year. My mom gifted me this as a birthday present for last year for my birthday, because we love Jane Austen in my family. And so this is what it looks like so far. It's knit in the round. So one thing I did not realize when I started this is that I am going to need some more of this color. And I wish that I had read all the way through the pattern to know that, because I would have left out one of these repeats probably, because I don't have enough of this yarn to probably even do a single more round with it. So I'm still trying to figure out what I'm going to do about that, which is why I lost my enthusiasm for this project, and it's been sitting on color number 4. But I am really loving this one. I love the color. I love the stitches. I just really love it. So I'm excited to get to work on it again, and hopefully and this is such a pretty color. Look at that. So we will see about this one. I just need to make my piece and realize that I can put that join in the back behind my hair and hide it so that no one will realize that it's not perfect. And yeah, I just need to make my peace with it, and I haven't, so that's the problem. So the last 2 are crochet projects I have not worked on in probably 5 years, probably. So the first one is this corner to corner afghan that's made up of different blocks with Christmas motifs on them. I finished the first one, and it's a Santa Claus, and you can see it's reversible. Yeah, so the problem, so this is the first one, and I'll show you the one I'm currently on. And the problem is that I've kind of forgotten how to do corner to corner crochet, so I have to learn it again. And the other problem with this one, which is a Christmas tree corner to corner design, is there's a lot of these kind of random tree decoration ones in it, which means there are like a billion little ends that I'm going to have to weave in. So I need to watch tutorials for this again to remember how to do this, but this is one that I was really excited about when it was first released, and then I just got stumped and I kind of put it aside, and I'm excited to get back to it and work on it some more, because I want to do the other motifs, and I have all the yarn for this like hoarded over there, and it's taking up quite a bit of room, to be honest. So that is that one. And The last one is a mystery pattern from 2016. And it wasn't Christmas mystery, but I turn a lot of mystery patterns when I have to pick my own yarn colors into Christmas because I'm not good at picking color schemes. And so I know what a Christmas color scheme is, so I just go with that. I also do this with patriotic colors. Same thing. I know red, white, and blue. If I only need 3 colors, I can go there. And so, this one has a bunch. So I haven't worked on this since 2016. So it's got a bunch of different like circle motifs, and I think at some point we end up squaring them or turning them into hexagons or something. Anyways, so there's this one, and I think that all of these ones get turned into this because you just work one round in a color. So the last round I did was in red, so I think now I have to go and add the green to turn them all into this. This is another one I'm going to have to look at the pattern again. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more like that to do. And then there's a bunch of these other motifs in different colors. And yeah, basically, I just want to finish this project and get it out of the way. Have it so I can put on a couch at Christmas time and then put in the storage and free up that space in my cubby and put more yarn in there instead. Just that kind of thing. So I'm excited to work on that. And that is all 10 of my Christmas projects plus the socks, so 11. And so I am going to quickly spin the wheel 2 times to see what I will be working on first. So the first one up will be the Adventurer Scarf, which is down there. The second one is the Bakery Bears Advent Calendar, which I was about to hold up the Jane Austen one. Nope, not that one. The other one. And I was going to say, I think they're in the same bag, but no, they're not. That's 2 other ones. But, wow. So, 2 good ones right off the bat. Well, actually, one that I'm not particularly fond of, and then one I really like. So, a good one and a not so good one. So, 3 days on each. And hopefully by then, I will be back with another video, and I will update you on the progress with that. And I will hopefully have finished the sock. The new classes came out for the Harry Potter knitting and crochet. I waited till the last day to post my class, and that was real risky. And so I really need to get a class finished and submitted ASAP. And so I'm not stressing at the end of the month because this is the last month before it's the break month, and if I can complete a class and get it submitted, I should have priority in getting sorted, and then I will be an official student for the next semester, which I'm so excited about because I thrive off of challenges, and so yeah, I'm really excited. So I've already made out my list of the prompts, and seeing some of those mini skeins means I know for sure that I will be able to complete at least one class soon, so I'm really excited. I'll leave a link to that Ravelry group if you are interested in checking it out, and that is all for now. I will talk to you guys later. Bye.